so let's get started with today's lesson. We are going to continue with the question we ended off with on Monday. So remember, we were doing hire purchase. Hire purchase is an agreement made between the business owner and a customer when a customer cannot pay the full price of something in cash. So they generally put a deposit down, so they pay a little bit up front, and then they pay the rest off over a couple of months. It all depends on what the agreement states. So let's have a look at our first question. It says, Clint buys a laptop for 3,999 Rand. He signs a hire purchase agreement that stipulates that charges 18% per annum interest, a 15% deposit, and insurance fee of 30 Rand to be paid monthly. Okay, so he has to pay 18% interest per year, 15% deposits, and, which is something new we haven't seen, an insurance fee of 30 Rand needs to be paid monthly. Okay, so the first question asks us his monthly installment over the 3-year period. So the first question we did, I broke down the questions, broke down this question into a lot of little questions. So now we need to work out how much is Clint going to pay every single month for the 3-year period. So the first thing we do, and I said, remember, we work out deposits, we work out their standing amount, the interest that's going to be charged, the total payment amount, and only then can we work out what is someone's monthly installment. So firstly, the important things we need to take note of is how much is this laptop? What is the interest being charged? How much deposit needs to be paid? So we did work out the deposit on Monday already. So remember, when we work out the deposits, this is the upfront payment. This is the payment he makes before he gets the laptop. 15% of the amount of the laptop. So 15% times by 3,999 Rand. And I'm just doing it quickly because we actually have worked this out already on Monday. Okay, so because he's paying 15% upfront, he's paying 599 Rand and 85 cents before all his monthly payments start. Okay, so we have worked out the deposit. That is the first payment being made. Then we need to work out what is left. What does he still owe? So to work out what he still owes, that means we're working out the outstanding balance. And again, we did work this out on Monday. So the laptop costs 3,999 Rand, and we are going to minus the deposit because he's made this payment. So he doesn't owe the full amount anymore. He owes less 599 Rand, 85 cents. Okay, so that means he still owes 3,399 Rand and 15 cents. I'm going to make a lot of space here. Okay, so we have done the outstanding balance. Now, the next thing we need to do is take what is still outstanding and we need to add interest to it. Because he's technically loaning this money, he needs to pay interest. How are we going to work out the interest amount? Can anyone tell me? How do we work out how much interest is going to be charged? Any takers?
Wow, is everybody tired this Monday? They are just not feeling it. They're like, nope.
Nope. Not
So
today.
there we go. We have a taker.
We have a taker. Add the outstanding balance with the interest. Okay, that is what we're going to do next. But how do I work out the interest amount? What do I add? Okay, so Kazimla's got this right. Nomhle has got this right. No. Just quickly, how many years are we paying this off? 3 years, Nomhle, so almost there. Okay, so we're going to take the amount that he's still owing. So he still owes this shop 3,399 Rand and 15 cents. The interest is 18% per year, and he is paying this off over 3 years. Is it 3 years? Says so in the question, 3-year period. Well done to those of you that answered. Great. It's amazing, Nomhle and Zoleka and Kazimla. Okay, so we take the outstanding balance times by the interest rate times by the number of years. So in total, Clint needs to pay 1,835 Rand, 54 cents in interest. That is just the interest amount that's going to be accumulated over the years. So that means we have worked out the deposit, worked out the outstanding amount, we've worked out the interest charged. So we know what's outstanding. We've just worked out the interest that is now going to be charged. So how do we work out the total repayment amount? I think it was Zoleka that said it. To work out the outstanding total repayment is going to be, so remember, he owes that. He also owes the interest amount. So the total repayment amount will be those two added together. Okay, will be the outstanding balance plus our interest. And what do we get as our total repayment amount? Nice. Yes, the plan, yes, non-clear. And non-clear, let me just quickly check those decimals. Okay, it should be 69 cents. Just check that quickly. So we add those two together. Oh, Whitney, I just saw your name pop up. Welcome. I don't know when you joined. I didn't see you right in the beginning. Okay, so this is the total that Clint now owes after paying the deposits and interest has been added onto this amount. So the question actually asks us to work out his monthly installment over the 3-year period. So what is he going to pay every single month for the next 3 years? How are we going to work that out? What is he going to pay every single month for the next 3 years? Oh, sorry, Whitney. I just, when I was really saying hi to everyone right in the beginning, I must have skipped past your name or just, yeah, sorry. Okay. Any takers? How would we work out how much he's going to pay every month? What is his monthly repayment? We know his total.
Ben says you're going to divide it by 36.
Divide by 36. Fantastic. And we say 36 months because it's 3 years. But if we turn that into months, it's 3 times 12, which is 36. Okay, so quickly divide that for me. And tell me what you end up with. So just for your information, show that you are converting to months because you will get a mark for that conversion. So I know it's easy just to say 36 straight away, but show that you realize that you're converting because you always get conversion marks. Okay, and what is our answer? I see quite a few things in the chat. It is indeed 145 Rand and 41 cents every single month for the next 3 years. Good. Okay, now that would be for a normal question, but we did add in something extra in the story. We said, and he needs to pay an insurance fee of 30 Rand that needs to be paid monthly. So his monthly installment, according to this context, this scenario, will be plus 30 Rand insurance. Now, it's not always going to be involved. As we saw on Monday, we didn't have insurance. Sometimes they can add in things like this. Okay. So it's going to be 175 Rand and 41 cents. Good. Well done, guys. Okay, so everything followed the exact same procedure as the question we did on Monday, except we've just added an insurance amount. So whenever you're looking at hire purchase and you need to work out how much is someone going to pay monthly, because at the end of the day, that is the most important thing. People need to know, can they actually afford those installments? Okay, how much are they going to end up paying because of interest every single month? It's always easier to do this option because not everyone has 4,000 Rand to just quickly buy a laptop. So it is easier to pay these smaller amounts, but you do end up paying more. So just quickly with hire purchase, when you need to work out the monthly installments, you have to follow this process. You work out the deposit first. You then minus the deposit to see what is left to get our outstanding balance. After we know what's left, we can work out the interest that will be charged. And then we add it back to see what this person is going to pay in total. And then we divide by the number of months this agreement is for.
Balanka is asking if you can do one more.
Okay, we can't today, but I will keep it in mind for our revision lessons. Okay. I'll definitely put that
the
in
recording of the lesson on YouTube.
Yeah, so we will do one more. Just time-wise, we also need to do exchange rates in this lesson, but we haven't finished this question yet. But yeah, like I said, I'll definitely put it into the revision. It's a very important topic. Okay, so now we've just worked out the monthly installments. The next question says, the total amount he will have paid at the end of the 3 years. So we want to know what he pays in total at the end of the 3 years. How are we going to do that? So we know how much he pays per month. So can we work out how much he pays after the 3 years have passed? Anyone want to try guess how we'd work out the total? Okay, it's fine. That amount, that is the total amount. So normally we could just say the total amount would be this amount, the total repayment amount. That is the total, and all we did was divide by the number of months. However, in this particular scenario, remember, after we worked out the total, we added insurance for every month. Okay, so normally we could just say the total repayment amount is what he pays over the 3 years, but because we added insurance to our monthly amount, we need to take that into consideration now. So the final total will be, let's see what we've said in the chat. Oh, and I see someone's picked it up. Zoleka's picked it up. Okay, so we're going to say 175 Rand, 41, that's per month, and that's including the insurance, and we know that it's for 36 months. Okay, so that's the monthly payment. But I actually also forgot, and Zoleka reminded me, there's something else that was paid. Clint has already made a payment. That's included in his total payment. It's not over here. What did Clint pay up front? So if I go back, remember, Clint paid this amount. He paid the deposits. So that has been paid. So we say that plus the monthly installments for 36 months. It's very easy to forget about the deposit because we forget about it in the beginning. It's been paid. We take it off of everything, but it was still actually a payment. Okay, so Bondle, you need to add the deposit to your calculation. Tell me what you get. So 599. Nice. Good spun. Nicely undone. And wait. Leander, just check your decimals there. Nice. Surprise, well done. 6,914,61. Nice, fancy. Okay. So you'll see with hire purchase, they ask the same questions over and over again. They're going to ask you about monthly installments. They're going to ask you about the total amount. Okay. Total paid. Do not forget about the deposit. So total will be your deposits plus your monthly installments. Why can't I move this? Okay, these are two very common questions. Installments and total. Total, don't forget about the deposits. Okay, so that means all in all, Clint paid 6,914.61 for the laptop. So keeping that in mind, question C, how much more does the laptop cost if Clint buys it on hire purchase as opposed to cash? HP is hire purchase. So how much more does it cost because he chose hire purchase instead of paying cash? How much more expensive is it on the hire purchase? So he's paid 6,914 Rand, 61 cents. How much would it have been if he bought it cash? Shall I go back to the question? Any takers? Anyone want to let me know? I thought this would be the nicest question.
I'm also thinking the same thing. It's just one simple step.
So we know how much he ended up paying because of interest, but he could have paid 3,999. Oh, I see the answers are coming in. Let's see. 2,915.61. Fantastic. Okay, so he's definite, guys. Whenever the higher purchase option is chosen, it will definitely be more expensive. Okay, because we're adding interest onto that amount. So to see how much extra he paid, we take the amount that he eventually paid over 3 years, including the interest, including the deposit, minus what it would have cost if he just was fortunate enough to have the cash. So we minus the cash amount. So he ends up paying 2,915.61 extra. That is almost the price of the laptop because of interest. And obviously the insurance. Nice, well done. Okay, so all the questions we dealt with today are very common questions. So please make sure you understand how you get monthly installments, how you'd work out the final total, and the difference between the higher purchase price and the cash price. I will definitely be putting this into the revision lessons that we do. Other than that, do we feel good about higher purchase? Where are we at with higher purchase? Let me know in the chat. Thumbs up. I know you need more practice. Do you want more practice? You feeling good? You love this topic? Hates it? Let me know. Although I feel like hate's a strong word. Let's not hate it.
But disliking it wouldn't be any better. Everybody should love the topic. Like, just be happy about it.
Yes, more practice, more practice. Okay. So guys, please come to the revision lessons, continue with these lessons, and we'll definitely go through it. Nice. Okay, so it's positive comments about it. All right. Okay, so Kani, just a quick breakdown or summary of what hire purchase is. You use hire purchase when you cannot afford to buy something in cash. Okay, so that means they will generally, whoever you're buying from will generally require you to pay a deposit, which is a percentage of the amount. So as in this scenario, the person who Clint was buying the laptop from wanted a 15% deposit. So he had to put 15% up front, which means he had to pay pretty much 600 Rand straight away. After that, what is left over, he's going to pay over 3 years. Every single month, he's going to pay a little bit towards it. Okay. So the first thing we did was work out the deposit amount, which is over here. That's what he paid up front. We minused it to see how much he still had to pay, which gives us this amount over here. Then because he's technically borrowing money or loaning, he needs to pay interest. And we work it out on simple interest. So it's always just times the interest rate times by the number of years. We take that interest and we add it to what he still owes, which gives us this calculation over here. So now we know what he owes in total after he's paid the deposit, and we've added the interest, and we just divide by how many months. So sometimes someone could pay it off in 5 years. Then you would say 5 times 12, which is 60 months. But in this scenario, it was over 3 years. So it was 36 months. And that's how you would basically work out how much someone needs to pay every month. Okay. But also, if you are able to watch Monday's lesson, it is on the Watobe website where we did explain it a little bit more in depth. Okay. All right. So thanks everyone for your feedback. I hope that you will be joining for the rest of the lessons so we can do it in revision as well. So next up, we are doing exchange rates. So if we have a quick look, it says an exchange rate is used when countries trade, as it specifies how much one currency is worth in terms of the other. So for example, $1 could be 10 Rand. So that means for every dollar, one would need 10 Rand. Exchange rates change on a daily basis due to market trends. So they're always going to be different. You're never expected to know exchange rates, because they are always changing, and that's also impossible to learn all of that off by heart. Sometimes exchange rates can be given to you with 6 decimal places. So in your calculations, you need to include all 6 decimal places. Sometimes it's just 2 decimal places. Okay, so you never need to know them off by heart. You get given them. And as we know with exchange rates, you're either going to be timesing by the exchange rate or dividing by the exchange rate. But that's the difficult part. Understanding when do you times by the exchange rate, when do you divide? Okay, so I'm going to teach you one way of figuring that out. So exchange rates are written in ratio form. So normally we have unit currency is to multiple currency. So as an example, I've got $1 is equal to 11 Rand. So our $1 would be our unit currency. Our 11 Rand would be the multiple currency. It's always 1 is to something or something is to 1. Unit means 1. Unit means 1. So for example, if I said, what is the unit price of the potatoes? That means what is the price of 1 potato? Unit is always 1. So you'll always see an exchange rate. I could say, let's say, for example, £0.071 is the same as 1 Rand. On this side is my unit ratio. Okay, so the 1 could be on the other side. So keeping this in mind, when we do exchange rate calculations, we need to determine whether they are asking us for the unit currency or how many of the multiple currency. So are they asking us about the dollars, or are they asking us about the Rand amount, unit or multiple currency? I see that there is a little bit of a typo there. It's meant to say how many of the unit currency. So first step, we identify which one is unit, which one is multiple. Then we look at the question, check, what are they asking us to work out, the unit currency or the multiple currency? Then we can look at our general formula. So these 2 formulas you can learn off by heart. And if you understand these 2 formulas, you can never go wrong. If they're asking us to work out the unit currency, you'll take the multiple currency, divide by the exchange rate. If you're working out the multiple currency, you'll take your unit currency times by the exchange rate. So I'm going to give you a moment to quickly get that down because you'll need to see these for your questions that are coming up. Also a good screenshot moment for later. So as you can see, the one formula you're dividing by the exchange rate, the other formula you are timesing. That's it with the exchange rates. You either times or divide. You just need to know when. Okay. So let's look at the first question. Worked examples. I'm going to do this one with you. If $1 equals 11 Rand, how many dollars do I get if I have 50 Rand? So firstly, we can see that, I'm just going to abbreviate it. The dollar is our unit currency and our rands is our multiple currency because it's more than one, multiple currency. What are they asking for in the question? We need to work out how many dollars. Dollars is our unit currency according to the exchange rate they gave us. So according to that, if we're working out our unit currency, we take the amount. So dollars is equal to our multiple currency divided by the rate. So we're looking at the 50 Rand and we divide by the exchange rates, which is 11 Rand. Which gives us $4.55. If you can't draw the currency sign or symbol, you're more than welcome to say $4.55 and write it out in full. Whitney, how did you get that amount?
Do you perhaps want to tell us over mic?
Oh, other way around. You take the amount we're looking at, divide by the exchange rate. The rate is the exchange rate. The exchange rate is our 11 Rand, okay? Okay, let me show you how it works if we get asked the other way. So now it says, looking at the same exchange rate, $1 is equal to 11 Rand. How many rands do I get for $50? So, because we're looking at the same exchange rate, this is still our unit currency. 11 Rand is still our multiple currency. But in this instance, they're asking how many rands. So they're asking for our multiple currency. So because we're working on multiple currency, we look at the multiple currency formula. So we take the amount in the question, $50, and because we're doing multiple currency, we times by the exchange rate. Okay, we want it in rands, so our answer needs to be in rands, and it's going to be 550 Rand. Nice, nice. I see some of you beat me to it. Well done. Look, alternatively, if you think about it logically, but sometimes it can get confusing, doesn't matter how well you understand exchange rates. You can see according to the exchange rates, that the dollar is is stronger than the rand. So if I am taking dollars and I'm exchanging it to rands, I'm going to end up with a bigger number. Okay, so that means you would need a higher number than 50 rand or 50. Okay, so keeping this in mind, let's try question 1 here. So unrelated to the previous exchange rate, I've given you a new exchange rate now. It says convert 110,35 Algerian dinar, I don't really know how to say that, sorry, 2 rands, and I've given you the exchange rate in brackets here. So our rands, according to the exchange rate, is our unit currency. And we've got our multiple currency. What are we trying to work out? Okay, yes, we're trying to work out our unit currency, which is rand. So if we're working out our unit currency, we are going to divide by our rate. Fang, how did you get that answer? Cassie and Sako gave us the method. Good. Okay, so we're working out our unit currency. So we are going to take the amount given to us in the question and we divide by the exchange rates. The exchange rate is 9,48. And I see a lot of the answers coming in now, which is 11,64. And we want in rand, so we need to remember our rand symbol. Okay, so like I said, if we didn't know how to do any of these symbols, you can write it out in full afterwards. Okay, well done. Looks like we're getting this, guys. Let's have a look at the next one. Okay, I'll let you know when to put your answers in the chat. I just want everyone to try it without any help. Okay, if you have answers, first tell me how you did it. Did you times or divide? And what was your answer?
Yeah, but I typed too slow. I was hoping to type it before anybody sent an
Yeah,
answer.
got this random comment. Drop those answers. Okay, so it looks like great. Prudence, just check quickly. I don't know if it's a typo for that first number in your answer. And then, okay, so looking at the exchange rate, this is our unit currency. This is our multiple currency. Okay, they're asking us to work out Thai baht, which is the multiple currency. So we're working out multiple currency. Just a reminder, multiple, we are times in by our exchange rate. So we're taking the amount in the question and we times by the exchange rate, which is 2,93. So yeah, I don't know the symbol. If you had to exchange it, you would have 73,250. So going there with the rand is quite awesome. Sanda, how did you get that? Did you divide? No. Sanda,
Okay,
yes,
I
you raised
see.
your hand.
A hand up. Just look for, okay.
Ma'am,
Yes.
I did the exact same thing. I don't know, maybe if it's like a setting on my calculator. I don't know, but I did the exact same equation.
Okay, let's see. 59,000. Did you say 2,93? Exactly the same?
Oh, I did 39. Oh, yes, I think that's my mistake.
Yeah,
Thank
that
you.
probably. Pleasure. You figured it
Oh, I
out,
got
not
that.
me.
Thank you,
Cool.
ma'am.
Awesome. Pleasure. Okay, guys, next one. Let's try this. Convert 25,000 Rand to the Chinese yen. If our exchange rate is 1 yen is equal to 1,81 Rand. Oh, you guys are too quick for us, eh? I didn't even see that you. Well done. Gave us the answer already. Prudence, check your decimals, and I think you're missing one number from your answer. Oh, you guys are too quick, hey? Looks like exchanges are going really well. So impressed. There we go, Prudence. Well done. Nice surprise. Segufatso. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, everyone's getting it. So again, here is our unit currency, multiple currency. They're wanting us to work out our unit currency. So we are taking the amount of 25,000 and we divide by the exchange rate. Don't forget in your working out to either write yen by your answer or try and copy the symbol. Okay. So you guys are so quick fast. I am going to give you the remaining 3 questions to do. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes. Kia's going to close the chat and then we'll slowly release the answers. Just want everyone to have a fair chance without being tempted to look at other people's answers. Let's go. I have faith in you guys. Okay, let me know how you did question 4, what you got for question 4, if you're already done.
Wow, Nzako, that was quick.
Waiting.
It's like they had the answer pre-typed, and then when they saw that the chat opened to everyone, and they were like, send.
Feel like it was worked out in the chat. The whole calculation. Okay, so let's see. I am seeing okay, for the most part, all the same answer. So let's have a look. Yes, okay, so we are dividing. So just a reminder, I'm sure you've all figured, well, that you actually understand this completely. Unit currency, multiple currency, we are converting to our unit currency. So we are going to be dividing by the exchange rate of 9,69, and we get 2,579.98 Australian dollars. Okay, let's see question 5. Yo, Nsako, sorry, you're on fire today. Crazy fast. Kabila is also just giving me all 3 answers in one go. Okay, I hope that we are remembering on our pages to write pounds. Okay, so you guys have done the correct method. 2,500 divide by 17,64, which gives you 141.72 pounds. And question 6. Nice, Mbali. Thank you for putting in pounds. I appreciate it. Just quickly, Luyanda, just check your decimals there. So Nalo, you also, your decimals, just check. Surprise, did you figure out what you did wrong? Did you times? Okay, and Sako, just remember to add a 0 after that 5 because money needs to have 2 decimal places. But good, otherwise, well done. Okay, so it says, if the current exchange rate between the Rand and the Australian dollar is 5.74 is equal to 1 Australian dollar, what must you pay in order to purchase coffee costing 25 Australian dollars from Australia? So because I don't ask it out directly, like how much is it going to cost you in rands or convert it to rands, but they're basically wanting to know what the rand amount is for that 25 Australian dollars. Okay, and again, the exchange rate was written the other way around, something different. Okay, we used to see one on this side, on the left-hand side. Okay, so there is our unit currency, our multiple currency. They want to know how much a coffee will cost in rands. So we are working out a multiple currency. So we take the 25 Australian dollars times by the exchange rate, which means that coffee will cost you 143 Rand and 50 cents. So I know when you work it out, it'll just tell you 0.5 in the calculator. Please remember to add the 0 because money needs to have 2 decimal places. Otherwise, you will not get the answer mark. Okay, good. Awesome. Nice. Looks like you guys really got this. Okay, so just quickly, because you obviously didn't have time when you were racing to tell me your answers, just a reminder to please put the currency symbols in or write them out in full when you do it in the exam. and in the exercises. That is way too much for coffee. And I think it's probably more, it's definitely more now. That's quite an old exchange rate. So imagine having coffee in Australia right now. Okay, guys, so that concludes our lesson. How do we feel about exchange rates? I feel like you guys really killed it. Do you understand this method of doing things? Have you been taught it this way, taught another way? Do you prefer your own way? Do you like this way? Where are we at? I haven't taught this way very often, so it's interesting to see if you guys like it. Bali, I wish, hey, we need 2-hour lessons, imagine. Good, I'm glad you're enjoying this. Prudence and cycle fire, it was lit, awesome. Nice. This way is much easier. Yeah, I think so too. I'm also enjoying explaining it this way. Okay, well, I'm glad you guys are feeling very confident with the exchange rates. I will probably still add them into revision because it is normally asked in exams, but it might just be like a 2-mark question. It's not a whole section. Perfect. Yes, that's the way it's fun. That's what you should be aiming for. Awesome, guys.